Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Hey everybody, thanks for downloading the show. It's great to be back. I miss talking with all of you. I had another very busy week, so I have another quick show for you today, but this Sunday, June 9th, is my birthday, so I'll be putting out my annual birthday episode next week. Those are always a lot of fun. John the Songman will be on, Frankie McDonald will be returning on that episode, and more. You don't want to miss it. Things will finally be getting back on track starting next week. I have a lot of great guests planned for the month and next month. It's hard to believe next month is the podcast's 5-year mark. And I'll have the annual celebration episode for that too. The entire We Don't Have Cookies family will be here for that. Speaking of family, I saw a commercial for Walgreens where they play a song that just repeats the letters F-E-M-A-L-E, which obviously spells family. The whole time they just show women doing things, and I just don't get it. You can't play a song that keeps spelling family over and over again and only showing women and not a single family. I might call Walgreens and complain. As a matter of fact, I might do that for the next episode. That sounds like a fun prank call. I'm really sick of the commercial with the kid who says, "My mom washes the dishes before she puts them in the dishwasher. So what does the dishwasher do?" And I always scream at the TV, "It sanitizes the dishes. Your mom loves you and she doesn't want you to get sick, so she makes extra sure your dishes are clean. Stop complaining. You don't wash dishes anyway. What's it matter to you?" I wash the dishes at my house. I do the same thing. So whenever I see that commercial, it really annoys me. And I get that you could put dishes in the dishwasher that have stuff on them, but better safe than sorry if you ask me. Anyway, as most of you know, I've been really busy the past month or so, and I tried to relax a little this week. My wife and kids were gone all week. They went with their female cousins and had some girl time in Myrtle Beach. So I thought I should relax too, and I sat outside in my hammock. I picked a nice spot in the yard with a view of the woods, had flip-flops on, drink in my hand. Next thing you know, I'm in the woods with boots on and an axe in my hand. I ended up chopping down 9 trees, but I tried it again once I came inside, got cleaned up. I guess I just have to work before I can relax. That's the only way I can do it. It just doesn't feel right if I don't. But I do want to do that more often. It was really nice once I was able to just sit down and not let it bother me that I hadn't done anything yet. And I'm always working on making my yard look nice, but I don't get out and enjoy it as much as I should. And I did finish planting all my trees. They ended up taking more time and costing me more than I was thinking. I needed to buy soil to mix in with the dirt that was already there when I planted them, but I didn't think about mulching them. And that wasn't a big deal because I was able to get it on sale, 5 bags for $10. But then I realized that I'd need to protect the fruit trees and the berries from the deer. So I had to get fence posts to go around the trees, some cheap bamboo posts to go around the berries, and chicken wire to wrap them with. So it's been twice as much work as I originally thought, but it's going to be worth it in a few years. And I think now would be a good time to play a segment by the Wood Enthusiasts. I'll be back.
Wouldn't you like to know all things about wood?
Hello, Larry Woodstone here, and I've got a wonderful fun fact for you today. And I'm going to bring this one to you from one of our wisest people in our wood enthusiast community, and his name's Gary Gilbert. So he sent me this little audio clip, and I hope you enjoy it.
Here's a useful tip. If you're looking for wood, go into a forest. There is plenty there. All kinds of different kinds. From coniferous to the other kind of deciduous.
Thank you so much, Gary. What a wonderful tip. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did.
Do you love all things wood? Follow the Wood Enthusiasts at Wood Enthusiasts on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
I think I'm the only person my age that doesn't even think about social media. I use Messenger, but other than that, I never even think about going on Facebook to see what people are doing or check Twitter. On one hand, I like that because I think it cuts out some stress and drama in my life. But on the other hand, I would like to interact with you guys more. I talk about it all the time on the show, and that's about the most I ever think about it. But I never change. Sorry for that. Maybe when I blow the candles out on my birthday cake, that's what I'm going to wish for, that I get on social media more, or that I actually think about it. I did get a question from somebody asking about the podcast name. Their name was Ange MC. I'm assuming MC stands for Masters of Ceremony, and they do a lot of hosting for events. But I told them that I would talk about it on this episode. Basically, what happened was I wanted to start a podcast. I wanted to since 2008, but I kept putting it off. One of the things that kept me from doing it was coming up with a name. One day I got tired of putting it off. I wanted to do a show, so I wrote down a list of 16 names. When I finished, I looked to see if the domain names were available. Then I sent texts to my friends with the names that were left and asked everybody what their top 3 choices were. And We Don't Have Cookies had the most replies. So the person who asked is somebody that's in my family on Yahtzee. Big shout out to them. And of course, there was more Yahtzee drama since the last episode. For those of you who don't know, I play the dice game Yahtzee on my phone. I used to play the regular version as a kid with my mom, so I really love the game, but I have had a lot of problems with weirdos on the app. I've talked about it a lot on the show, especially in the early years and here lately too. I might even make it a segment on the show called Getting Dicey. Anyway, I got a message from somebody I never played with before or even talked to, and this is what it said. I just want to say congratulations on making Yahtzee a screwed up game. Come play with the rest of the world. That was the first message. I just assumed the guy was either trolling me or trying to make a joke that I didn't understand. 6 minutes later, he sends me another message. If for some reason you think that you are playing the game the way it should be played, think again. You can win shitloads of crap, but you bought it. Sucks to be you. You didn't win anything. I still didn't reply because I didn't see the second message, but 2 minutes later, he sends me another one that said, P.S. Take your pathetic ass and go somewhere else. I love this game. I still didn't reply because I hadn't seen the other ones yet, and 2 minutes later, by the way, these are all time-stamped, so that's how I know when they came in, even though I didn't read them yet. But he said, why don't you grow some balls and respond when you get these messages? I replied, I never paid $1 for anything in this game, and longtime listeners will know that I am too cheap and too broke to spend money on an app. And he replies, look at your own application. And I replied, you're a moron. And I blocked him. I don't know how I keep running into these kinds of people, but it does make me wonder why I keep playing this game at times. So I'm going to play a song by Mike Phirman called Sketchy Dudes and dedicate it to all those crazy people that I've played, and I'll be back.
Every time I step on a bus, a plane, or a train, I find myself right next to a guy who's just shy of insane. Sometimes they don't make a peep, sometimes they feel the need to speak and give us all advice like, don't go near the creek. There's a guy on the other side of the street smoking a cigarette. Even though it's sunny outside, somehow he's just a silhouette. They keep popping up like zombies in the movie Dawn of the Dead. Can't tell if the guy right here wants to eat my lunch or eat my head. So I'm saying, one sketchy dude and another sketchy dude. The world has so many sketchy dudes. Where do they come from? I ask you. One sketchy dude and another sketchy dude. The world has so many sketchy dudes. Where do they come from? I'm asking. That guy wearing a eye makeup with his hair dyed black and the piercings in his ear. I wish that he were sitting by me instead of this dude here. This guy in the raincoat just keeps staring at me and calling me slim. Now some clown in a Burger King crown is hiding, that's right, hiding behind him. Then later down by the Quiznos guy with cornrows starts to shake. He's freaking out, he's having a nightmare while he's still awake. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see a murder within the next 3 stops. I close my eyes but I wanna have something to tell the cops. Something like one sketchy dude and another sketchy dude. The world has so many sketchy dudes. Where do they come from, I ask you? One sketchy dude and another sketchy dude. The world has so many sketchy dudes. Where do they come from, I'm asking?
Come here, boy. What's wrong? Come here, boy. Let me talk to you.
Friends now anymore.
How come he doesn't have to wear underwear?
If you don't confess, the flowers will die.
I am old school, man. They can't get you if you don't bathe. Hollywood Boulevard.
Sketchy dudes, the world has so many sketchy dudes. Will they overcome? It's happening. Should I get a gun? Might have to. No escaping from these sketchy dudes. How's that?
Want to contact the show? Send an email to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com or call 929-266-9342 and leave a voicemail.
Hi, I'm Mike Phirman, and you're listening to We Don't Have Cookies.
I hope you like that song by Mike Phirman. He is an amazingly talented singer and songwriter. He was in the band Hard and Firm with Chris Hardwick back in the day. Yes, the insanely famous Chris Hardwick. I'm hoping to have Mike back on the podcast really soon. Last week, I mowed my yard on Memorial Day, and it was interesting to watch people start and end their get-togethers in the amount of time that it took for me to mow my yard. And while I was out there, a bird pooped on my hand. Yeah, that was interesting, and it pretty much summed up how my life is going right now, but I'm pretty sure I heard that that's good luck, so who knows, maybe I'm in for some good news. And speaking of news, it's time for neighbor news. This week in neighbor news, the giant hole in the ground from where the old house was on my neighbor's land is still there. It's about 6 feet deep and about 10 to 20 feet wide each way. And it's been at least a month, probably 2, since the house was taken down. They've had plenty of time to fill it in and have a tractor with a blade, all that stuff, plenty of land to get dirt to fill it with. So I'm wondering how long it's going to take them. I might start a betting pool. It took 3 months for them to take down their Christmas lights, and I'm pretty sure all they did is unwrap them and just throw them on the ground in a pile in the grass. But this is much harder than that, so I'm thinking it's going to take them a few years. And if I was him, I think I would just turn it into a realistic model of the Grand Canyon. It's never going to get filled, so you may as well have fun with it. On the last episode, I mentioned that I was going to be having an interview with a former Big Brother contestant doing the same thing for them that I did for Elena. A few people asked me how that went while I was away, and I wanted to let you all know that it went great. I'm going to start working for them really soon. I can't wait. They will be on later this month, too. I wanted to have them on last year, but they couldn't do it while the show was still on without CBS approving it, and our schedules never synced up since. But everything happens for a reason, and they will be on very soon. I saw a commercial for the upcoming season of Big Brother on TV the other day. This is a very commercial-heavy episode. It was so weird to see it because now I know some of the people that were in the commercial. And now that I've made friends with some of the people that were on the show, I'm really excited to see this season because I feel like I got a really good chance of getting somebody from this season on the podcast. And it seems like that's how it went the past year or two. And I'm really anxious to see who might be on. So if you watch this season and you have somebody you'd like for me to talk to, send me an email, jason@wedon'thavecookies.com. Let me know, and I will try to get that person on the show. That leads us to this week's Strange Days. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, Monday, June 3rd, is Leave the Office Early Day. Let me know how that works out for you. Tuesday is Hug Your Cat Day. True story, I trained my cat to give hugs. Thursday is Drive-In Movie Day. Sounds like a good time. And Friday is National Donut Day. That's my kind of holiday. But it is also VCR Day. And I still have one of those tucked away in the storage area of my entertainment center because I have any kind of tech that's almost ever existed somewhere in this house. Saturday is Best Friend Day. So go do some fun things together with them. And finally, Sunday is Donald Duck Day and my birthday. If you would like to help me celebrate, you can send me an email, jason@wedon'thavecookies.com. Or if you're feeling generous that day, you can go to wedon'thavecookies.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, click that donate button, and give me a couple of dollars for coffee or something. I'd just appreciate it if you sent me an email to say hi, though. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. Like I said, I'm expecting things to be back to normal next week, and it's going to be my annual birthday episode. You do not want to miss it. I'll talk to you then.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you next time.
A bird pooped on my hand.